you want to get the door, Donnie?
Yes.
Something's going on upstairs.
Right? There's a whole thing going on somewhere.
Oh, wait. Okay, we're ready. We're live on the YouTube. Welcome everyone to Tell Tested. My name is Greg Newton. I am the co-founder, along with my partner Donnie Jokum, of the Bureau of General Services Queer Division, which is the space you are in right at this very moment, or that you're watching on YouTube. The Bureau is an independent, all-volunteer queer bookstore. Tonight we're being helped by Evan Burgess. Thank you, Evan, for staying. And as an all-volunteer, independent queer bookstore, we rely very much on donations and sales to keep this boat afloat. And when we do tell, we also share half of the donations with our storytellers. So we'll probably pass that bag once or twice tonight. But I'll pass that around right now. And you'll also see on here that there's a QR code to make a tax-deductible donation to our Fractured Atlas account. We would love it if folks would sign up to become a monthly donor, whether it's for $5, $10, $1,000, what have you. That would help us tremendously, especially now that we are paying rent here at the center. So anyone watching online, if you go to our website, bgsqd.com, and click on the menu and click on donate, you will see how you can sign up to make a monthly tax-deductible donation. We are open Wednesdays through Sundays from 1 to 7 p.m. And then we often stay open later when we have events such as this. And if you're not already on our email list, you can sign up for that at the back of the room or on our website, bgsqd.com. And you'll get a newsletter every other Monday about our many upcoming events. Oh, I forgot to mention, as far as donations go, if you want to donate for tonight for the storytellers and the Bureau, online, you can do that at Venmo at those 5 letters again, BGSQD. And that way storytellers and the Bureau will benefit. So thank you. Before I bring our host up, I want to give a land acknowledgement. So the Bureau recognizes that our organization operates on the unceded land of the Munsee Lenape. We encourage you to join the Bureau in signing up to make a monthly donation to the American Indian Community Houses Mannahatta Fund. The Mannahatta Fund, according to its website, is an invitation to all settlers and non-native people who wish to acknowledge the legacy of theft and genocide that comprise the history of New York City and the United States. And you can find out more at mannahattafund.org. The Bureau also recognizes Palestinian liberation as a fundamental part of our collective queer liberation. And we encourage you to take one of our free zines at the back of the room. Evan is constructing more as we speak. And these free zines talk about why we feel it is important for queer people especially to speak out in solidarity with Palestinians. So please take those, read them, share them, spread the word. And now, we get to the meat of the matter. Dre is the meat. Give it up for Dre Campbell, host of Tell.
I love being the meat of the matter. Hello, everybody. Hi out there in live stream land. Woo. Hi, real people. Wow. Welcome to the show. Just in case you want to give money more. How's everybody doing? Oh my gosh, I poured myself a glass of water and plumb forgot it. I left it somewhere up there.
There's some behind you.
Yeah, no, it's right there.
Oh, babe. Thank you. Cheers. Drink your water, people. Take your meds. You heard me. Take your meds from Grandpa. Oh gosh. Did anybody go to the protest today?
Woo!
Yay! Thank you. Yay! No kings. Except drag kings, baby. And short kings. Oh goodness. So I do this show every month for how many years now? 11 years. 12. Wait. In February it'll be 12 years, or we already had 12 years?
Oh, right.
In February it'll be 12.
No, it was 12 last February.
No.
Because of 2013, right? Or was it
2014.
Oh, this big years.
We don't know things. This is the whole show. How long we been doing it? No. It was 11 years and 6 months and 4 days. That means it's 12 years. No, it's been 11 years. We're going into our 12th year, right? So it's been 11 and a half years.
There we go.
Whee! And what a ride. What a ride. And we do a different theme every month, and this month it's tested because, honey, I always like to have double meanings. It's like, get tested. Oh, I'm being tested. Did you get tested? Anyone been tested recently? Yeah, saying, yeah, let's keep getting tested. Know your status, as they like to say. Know your status. What else? We had the protest today. Very exciting. Lots of people. It's a global situation. Very exciting. It's like, there's nothing I can add to what's going on. It's like, what am I, a walking Twitter now? I can't. You've heard it all. You've heard every hot take there could be, right? I think, unless you just shut out like, no, what's she talking about? Anybody? I have no idea what's going on. A lot is going on. We're being tested in physical, emotional, politically, mentally, and to me, the way to combat that is stick together and form infrastructures like this. So we just keep doing the show. Yay, right? And we give it up for Greg and Donnie, our sweet, loving folks who are holding this space and holding all these words and stories that, like, basically, stories of people who've been through these things in the past. And they have the books to prove it and the stories. Speaking of stories, every month I like to do this fun little thing. Hold on. All of a sudden I don't know how to use a microphone. I'm like, do I set it down? Been doing this for 35, 40 years. I don't know how a microphone. I like to show everybody just a little sampling of all the fun books and things that are here for sale and whatnot, or just that you could rub on yourself if you want. Sometimes people don't read. They just want to, oh, God. Trans history, yes. So this is a little book. Have you read this one? Trans History?
No.
It looks like a graphic novel, I think. Oh, this is beautiful. It's a hardcover graphic novel. Trans History. Yay! It's by Alex Combs and Andrew Eckett. That looks very beautiful. This is, has anyone ever seen the movie Watermelon Woman?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, classic. I have not ever seen it in its entirety. I've seen it over the years in clips. I was watching it today and I saw that Sarah Schulman has a what do you call it? A cameo in it. Sarah Schulman. Did you know that?
I know you've seen it, but I guess I need to see it
So
again.
she's like right. It's from the 90s, so it's by Cheryl Dunye, wrote and directed it. It's a great film. Very radical lesbian fun, Philly, New York vibes. But Sarah Schulman's in it, and this is a Sarah Schulman book. Israel, Palestine, and the Queer International. This is like one of their on display books over there. And then here's one that looks very fun. It's edited by Morgan. I don't know how you pronounce their last name. Bassicus. Morgan Bassicus, who has a one-person show or had one recently that was supposed to be really good. Questions to ask before your bat mitzvah. That looks fun.
That's fun.
Oh, it's good? Yeah, I like their writing. And this is the one I like to, every month I've been showing this one, and I have it, and I love it. Butch Lesbians of the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Coloring book. Yes, this is beautiful. This is so fun. It's so good. I love your little claps, yes. Do you have it too? Are you just excited? Just happy. And this, everyone needs this. Not everyone, but a lot of people. You do need this. This is a necessary book because there is a lot of mess going on out there. The polyamory, coloring, and activity book. So do those activities together. Ooh. So that's the polyamory activity going on upstairs. Look at that. Isn't that cute? It's like a fun little activity book that you can figure things out. Oh, there's a lot going on. There is a lot. Okay, action points. As you discuss and resolve problems, come up with tangible, achievable action points to ensure you're both taking steps to grow and improve. Wow, that's just a smidgen of what's going on in that activity book. And then this is a relatively new book, Marcia, The Joy and Defiance of Marsha P. Johnson by Tourmaline. Yes, this is beautiful. Have you read this one yet?
Not yet.
No, it looks amazing. And it's all the rage right now. Everybody's talking about it. Very exciting. Relatively new. This one I've never read, but I love the idea that I want to read it. It's called Hijab Butch Blues. Yes, by Lamia H. Greatest title award for this one? Hot Girls with Balls. Hot Girls with Balls. This is a new one too, right?
Yeah.
Have you read this one?
No, I have not.
Would you know anything? This is by Benedict Nguyen. Know anything? Nothing?
I
Okay.
think it's volleyball.
Oh, or volleyballs. It takes volleyballs. Okay, this one is just, I just like the directness of the title. Just Trolling for Dick in Argentina. It's by Trump. Just kidding. Part 1. There's 2 parts to Trolling for Dick. Kind of. It's by Rumi Misabu. Misabu.
She was a cockette.
Yeah.
She what?
One of the original
One of the original
Cockettes.
cockettes.
Oh, really? Oh.
We hosted several events with Rumi. over
Did
the
she
years.
talk about Sylvestra?
No.
Did you ever see the documentary on the
Yeah.
Cockettes?
Yes.
That was fun.
It's so good.
I love when has anyone seen it? You know who the Cockettes are?
Yeah.
The Cockettes were like this super, super popular, famous, performance event troupe in San Francisco, but they were very fairy,
Yeah.
wacky, hippie. And then when they came to New York just banned them. But it sort of was the birth of sort of fairy movement and lots of gender stuff, and it's very fun. Anyway,
Rumi always liked to tell the audiences that he went to high school with Sally Field.
wow, really?
Went to
That
the
is
same high school, yes.
that's a combo plate. Now this is the big book of queer stickers. This looks adorable. This is just, it has stickers. Oh, look at these stickers. This is all your tattoos
Ooh, I want
come to
that.
life. It's got cakes and cherries and hot dogs and sundaes. Oh, look at these foxes and kitties. Okay. It's so queer. I love it. And then, okay, this looks amazing. And look at that cover. Huh? What? Okay, this is Working It, Sex Workers on the Work of Sex. We stand. Forward by Molly Smith, edited by Matilda Vickers, with Peach Brashears and Janice Luna. Give it up for the books. That's books, stories, writing. Is our first storyteller ready? How you doing? Yeah, you're ready. You're excited. You're a vet here, and you're here. You're like maybe the Tell #1 fan, which is an honor. So I'm excited to have you. I'm going to read a little bit about you.
Perfect attendance.
Perfect, and you get an A for attendance. You are here every month. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, everyone, give me some grace while I look for... I'm not going to read your bio right now. I'm just going to bring you up. Everybody, please give it up. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Give it up for Gabriela Pelfillo. Did I say it correctly? Yay! Do you need anything?
Yeah, I need you to put that on the stand
Okay.
for me.
Okie dokie.
Please. I think I'm not good at the microphone thing. I probably could just talk loud
Well, you know
enough,
what?
but I
You
need
can
to.
it's just a handle thing.
Alright.
So that way.
Right, I know, there should be a workshop for
job.
poets, learn how to use the microphone. Hi everyone, it's such a joy to be here. I think it's my third time doing Tell. And yes, I am like the #1 fan. I love hearing queer stories. I love hearing all stories. So I'm gonna start with a disclaimer, which they say never to do, but so I'm a poet and I am an occasional essayist, and you know I write things sometimes for years or months, certainly days, and sometimes like finding that perfect word might take a really long time, and every time I've told it Tell, I've stayed true to that, and I've read right from it, word by word. So I'm actually gonna try something different tonight.
Woo!
Yes, I'm going outside of my comfort
We
zone.
love a risk taker.
Yes, okay, I'm doing it. So I still have, I'm like Linus in the Peanuts thing. I still have my like security blanket, but I'm gonna try to just tell a story.
Yay!
So, here it goes.
You got this.
All right. So when Dre asked me to tell a story about Test It, my mind went lots of places. I'm a Gemini, went many places, but I thought of school, the literal thing, and at first I thought I could tell middle school, junior high, awful Test It stories, and then I was thinking of grad school, but I decided to drop the whole thing and just go for actually what happened to me during the period after grad school, which is kind of being tried and tested in a much different way. It's basically a heartbreak story. So I was living in Brooklyn for many years and had an apartment in Prospect Heights on Underhill, and I lived there with my ex, and it was going great, but I decided I wanted to take my writing to a new level. So I applied for grad school. I got money from American University. I went to DC. But I had my life in Brooklyn. I purposely didn't apply to any New York schools because I wanted to sort of like just pursue this other thing and then come back and follow on with my life. So I was back and forth. All my stuff was still in Brooklyn with my partner, and we were serious. You know, we did like the secret marriage vows, and we talked about having kids, and so this was a serious relationship. But somehow, maybe it was the long distance, maybe it was other stuff. When I came back from grad school and I went back to our apartment, she had decided that she was not in the relationship anymore. So, yeah. So she had moved on. And the worst part was she didn't tell me.
Oh.
We didn't have a conversation about this. So I would be there like thinking, okay, now's the time to get going with these happily ever after plans, and she would, I'd cook dinner, a nice fancy dinner, and she was a bank teller. She would come, I would expect her home at a certain time, and hours would go by, and she would show up drunk, smelling like cigarettes later in the night, and I would be like, what the fuck, you know, and that happened, you know, unfortunately more than once or twice, and, you know, sometimes she actually didn't even come home at all. So I realized, like, okay, this is real, this is my new reality, like, I'm not in a relationship anymore, and so I decided, I guess she wasn't going anywhere, and I was just becoming miserable. So I found a place. I moved out. So this is like decades ago, you know, like over 2 decades ago. So Brooklyn was still pretty cheap, but I went to grad school for an MFA in poetry. Like, so I was an unemployed artist in Brooklyn. So even like 2 decades ago, it, you know, it was still kind of hard to find a place. But through hard work, I finally found this studio in this kind of slumlord building on 18th Street. 18th between 3rd and 2nd. And so it was this neighborhood, South Slope back then, decades ago, for anyone who wasn't around back then, it was basically artists, Puerto Rican population, interracial couples, and lesbians. So even then, it was, you know, I still ended up on the downside of that totem pole of places to stay. So I ended up in this hovel of this place. It was so miserable. I was on the ground floor, and like every morning there'd be like the guy collecting the cans. Like there was never, like, you might have found 1 can for 5 cents, but it like rattling through the whole trash, like outside my bedroom window. Like it was miserable. And I got out in a rush, and I didn't like want to deal with my ex. I needed like just a clean break, so I didn't have any furniture, so I buy like an air mattress, and you know, jump to the scene where I'm like in this apartment building. There's like 24/7 reggaeton playing, like blasted from like old big stereo speakers. Like they still had those. It wasn't, no Alexa existed or anything. So that was like my soundtrack of my life, and somehow the air mattress has like lost its air. So like here I am, this low point of my life. I'm like sleeping on a piece of plastic on a concrete floor, and during the night, cockroaches are running over me.
No.
Really, this is a true story.
No.
Yeah.
Really.
The low point of my life. So
No.
I decided to, so meanwhile I was getting a job. Okay, so the only job I could find was a job at Columbia University, which sounds great, but wait, it was a temp job. So they sent me places, but Columbia liked me. They liked, you know, I fit the university thing. The irony doesn't go beyond me that I was like weeks before that, I was at a university teaching classes, like young people looking up to me, and I was like leading them. And now I was like in a tiny office, like filing their paperwork or maybe shredding it if I was lucky, you know. So it was par for the course, these tried and tested moments. And it was an awful commute. So, but one day I'm getting on the R train at Prospect Avenue, and I noticed like a little tickle on my neck. So I'm like, what's that? I fling it, and a cockroach
There's too many roaches.
goes down on the subway floor. So I'm like, oh my God! Like I'm actually escorting a cockroach to Columbia University right now. You know, like they wanted to get out of Brooklyn. They were, you know, looking for something a little better. So it's an hour-and-a-half ride from South Brooklyn to Columbia University. All of a sudden, like, even though I flung this cockroach off, and you know, there's probably no other ones on me, but like the tickle of my hair, like my backpack, my shirt, like I looked like someone with Tourette's syndrome. I was like, like the whole hour and a half ride. Like I got there and it was like, it was nuts. So what I was doing when I wasn't temping is I started to just live recklessly. I thought I had nothing to lose. Like it was just a bad time. So I was having one night stands. I dated a Columbia University journalism professor who was like a decade older than me, and like they were really sad because they just lost their partner. So like we fucked in sorrow together. And then I started dating this girl much younger than me, like about a decade younger than me. And that was a crazy scene. She was a bartender at Superfine in Brooklyn. And yeah, it was a great place. And she drove a big red pickup truck. It was pretty hot. And so we had a lot of fun, but it was like reckless. Like I was smoking tons of cigarettes, smoking tons of pot. You know, I luckily wasn't doing cocaine with this crowd because they were all doing stuff like that. But my sister kind of lost her mind doing cocaine, but that's another story. So I stayed away from that. So it was reckless. I was, riding on motorcycles. I was doing this. I kind of was in this little death wish period of my time. So an interesting fact that I looked up, I heard over the years, is that a cockroach can live without its head for a week, up to a week. Like literally, you could sever a head of a cockroach, and they could exist for a week. So like, I kind of was that. There I was. I was like living in this hovel in Brooklyn, fucking around, like, really sad. I would cry in the bathroom during my lunch break at Columbia University. Oh, it was so miserable. And I lived without my head for longer than a week, So, I was just getting thinner and just sicker. There used to be a Blockbuster on Fifth Avenue. I would get my little DVD and bring it home to my little computer, and that was my life, So all this happened, and I'm gonna jump really far ahead. So this was a really sad time, but part of why I'm telling this story is because I was tried and tested, but I ended up reuniting with a woman that I had a crush on decades before that, and our friend was having a birthday party. So the step before this is that so I ended the relationship with all these people, and I was just like, okay, all right, I need to get my shit together. I need to get out of this spot in my life. And so I stopped, I stopped all I could. I broke up with everybody, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take a year of celibacy. That's it. I'm just done. I'm gonna get serious. But I see this woman that I met years ago, and we've been in touch here and there, and she's at this mutual friend's birthday party, and I see her, and all the feelings come back, but I'm in a bad place in my life. So we start talking, and she orders deviled eggs at the bar, and she offers to share them with me, and all of a sudden I'm like, a year of celibacy? Wait a minute here. So jump ahead, decades later, I married her. And now we live in a house that has multiple rooms. We have a child. I grow tomatoes and basil and figs in my backyard. So I'm in a much, much better place. So recently, in September, Brooklyn Book Fest had Brooklyn had a book fest. So I went to it, and one of the poets there was talking about how there's this saying, I never heard it before, but there's this saying that poets, yes, the cockroaches come back, poets are cockroaches of the literary society. And like that might sound horrible, but it's actually kind of a good analogy. There's like some pride in this because poets don't rely on capitalism. We don't make money. We don't have followers. We don't have, $1 million book deals. We don't have, things to sell, whatever it is. So we kind of live underground in a certain way. And not only do we exist, but we persist, like against all of it. And I could really relate to that moment about like, okay, so I might, have something in common with a cockroach, but guess what? I'm gonna be here after you guys, motherfuckers, right? So, and it's something I kind of always knew because even when I was in grad school, just to bring it full circle, the name of my thesis was it was a book of poems, and it was called No Marketable Skills. Anyway, thank you so much.
I love that story. I love that analogy. I usually hate hearing about cockroaches, and I was like, oh, it's just going to be one little cockroach anecdote in the beginning, but they kept coming back. But I love the poetry thing. I never really thought about it's not even anti-capitalist, it's just like it's a great reminder. That's true about poets, and poems, I guess, right? Oh wait, actually I want to read, do you mind if I read your little bio? Because I didn't read it before you went on.
If you would like.
Is that okay? Because you should know this about Gabriella Belfilio. Gabriella is a queer artist, teacher, and mother living in Brooklyn. She is the author of the newly released book, everybody, The Fig Thief. Yeah, will it be on sale here?
Yes, we're doing an event.
There will be an event. What is the date?
December.
Something.
Oh shit.
In December, there will be a release event for The Fig Thief by Gabriella. She's the winner of the W.B. Yeats Poetry Contest. Belfilio has had writing published in the award-winning anthology Poetic Voices Without Borders, the Potomac Review, the Monterey Poetry Review, the Centrifugal Eye, and Lambda Literary Review, among others. Belfilio is an anti-violence activist working to make the world a safer place for all people. She can most often be found reading with a cat on her lap. Yay! Building lesbian queer futures forever with poetry. This is what we can have.
December 14th.
December 14th.
December 14th.
Sunday, 3 o'clock,
Yeah.
14.
Hold the date.
Hold the date, December 14th at 3 p.m. to come for the book release here at BGSQD. Yay! Very exciting. Is our next storyteller ready? Very exciting. I'm going to read a little bit about you. Are you ready? Oh, yeah. Very exciting. It's been, I've known this person for a long time and worked with them many times as an actor. And we are going to Japan together in a show.
Woo!
Soon, right?
Very soon.
Yes, in November. Okay, I'll read a little bit. Chris Manley, they, is an American writer, performer, and a clown. That's right, we bring clowns here. He's best known for his character Buttons, I can attest. He was nominated for a Lucille Lortel Award for his performance in The Nosebleed. That's the show we're going to Japan with. Has performed with Cirque du Soleil and is honored to be listed in Le Petit Clown, August. Is that all one? Le Petit Clown, August Alphabetique?
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay. Alongside Abbott and Costello. You guys, legendary clown stuff here. He's performed at Lincoln Center, Ars Nova, the Montreal Just for Laughs Festival, the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater, the People's Improv Theater, the Toronto Sketch Fest, and the Chicago Sketch Fest. You can see him in several national commercials and award-winning films. Please give it up for Chris Manley! Woo! Yay!
Thanks, Ray.
Thank you.
Good as I do. You know did him. Yeah. am I doing on time? Just kidding. Oh gosh, but then I'm not in the.
Thank you.
There we go. Yeah,
You're gonna fix it.
I'm too tall. I was testing the. Anyway, tested. Okay. It's true. I do a lot of clown stuff, and you know, in comedy, there's 1, 2, and 3, but the clown does it 1,000 times. It never learns. So my name is Chris, and when I'm clowning, I go by Buttons. But right now, it's just Chris. Let's see. So tested. There was I grew up just testing myself. You know, in the '90s in New Jersey. I grew up. Oh well, I grew up Roman Catholic. Anybody grow up Roman Catholic here? Yeah. Great folks, great parents. You know, real great. Just you know, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Yeah. And growing up in New Jersey, it was in high school we would race across the bridge and buy a bag of weed and then come back and smoke it. And then go to class in the afternoon. But like the city was a big bad city, and I knew that bisexuals lived in the city, and they were mostly in alleyways, and you know they weren't I don't know, maybe they were sweaty all the time or something like that. It wasn't desirable to be bisexual. So. And I didn't know exactly what that meant. I just knew that it was somebody who hung out in an alley or something. I knew that there were gay people and there were straight people, and that's all there were. And so, growing up, and also through Catholicism, I always thought there was a part of me that was just wrong. And you know, it was like, oh, shut up, me. You're not good. And I remember going to I'll just say Justin B's house. Justin S. was also Justin B. Well, Justin S. was also there, and so was Adam, and then Justin B's sister Missy, and they were saying, you know, these are the people that I hung out with. They were like, Chris is gay. And Missy was like, there's nothing gay about him. And I was like, yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's nothing gay about me at all. And I knew that I had to keep that part of me, because there was a part of me screaming inside my head that's like, no, you're gay. You're totally gay. Just be a dude. Just be a dude right now, and she'll say you're not gay. And so that was a test. And so that was the kind of things going through my head all the time growing up. So this is a middle school, high school story. And then a little after college. So anyway, I got to high school and the whole town came together for the high school, all 22,000 residents. And there was like 100 people in my grade. So there was one openly gay guy, and he was very good looking. And he was great. The other gay guy was a very good drawer. Illustrator? Artist. I mean, he was an artist. Yeah, he was a great artist. And he would draw naked women all the time. I don't know. It was just, I mean, that was his thing, I guess, to be like, yeah, no, look at this. When I go up, that's all I can think about. Let's go through this head. Who's up for some football after this? I was on the wrestling team. And I didn't get ringworm. Or cauliflower ear, which were the two big things that you were worried about. And also people thinking that you're gay. That was the third thing. That was just for me, though. I mean, I guess everybody worried about it, but other people in a way that was different. So anyway, this guy, we'll just call him Patrick. Because that was his name. We were friendly, and that was awesome. But I was like, oh no, but I'm not gay, so we can just be pals. That's great. And then I went on with my life, and then in college, I was like, whoa, this is amazing. I could just be a new person. And so then, I did what anybody who's a closeted gay guy did, was I went on Craigslist. Mostly older men who were looking for a young guy. And so that's what I did in college, met up with a bunch of guys. And then I remember after college, I was living back at home, because I studied anthropology, and, because I wanted
Marketable skill.
yeah, I wanted that big money.
Yeah.
And then after college, I found improv, and I was like, yeah, that's where the money is. So I was living with my parents after college, and I went to the local bar, and I went there with my dude friend that I worked in construction with, and we were a couple of real dudes, breaking concrete and stuff, taking our shirts off, and Patrick was there, and so then I started chatting with Patrick, and then it was just one of us said, "Oh, I gotta go," and then the other one said, "Oh, I'll walk you home because I'm walking that way." So then we started walking home, and then we got to a dark part of our walk, and we turned to each other and just started making out, and that was great, and it was really fun. And then we just kept walking, and then we made out again, and started really feeling each other up. And then kept on walking, and then we were just, and then my dude friend pulled up in his pickup truck, and he was wasted, and I used that as my excuse, and I was like, no thanks, I don't need a ride. I'm walking with Patrick. And so then we made out, and we were putting our hands down each other's pants, and it was great, because he was my age, and he was very good looking. And it was like something I wanted to do since freshman year of high school. And then he was like, I always had a crush on you. I didn't know you were gay. And, oh gosh. I pulled away from him, and I said, well, I'm no fag. Yeah. And, yeah. And then I walked him the rest of the way home, and we held hands a couple times, but yeah, that was it. And so that was that with Patrick. I think I turned him off from me. Yeah. So I was tested there, and I didn't do well, which happens. But then later on, maybe in the next year, I went to an all-male orgy, and I told everyone I was gay, and I passed with flying colors. Had a great So that one I passed. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, my face aches from laughing. That was, give it up for Chris Manley. A true gay-hearted clown, bisexual, who's no fag. Just kidding. We're all fags. Yay, that was amazing. Thank you. Very vulnerable too. I don't know if you could tell, but it was quite. Did you sense the vulnerability in that? I did. It was very sweet. Yay, Chris Manley. No, it was. It was very. I know it's funny, but it was very tender and sweet.
I've said the F word twice in my life. Now.
It's like, please do not crucify me. I've only said it twice. It's true. No, that was very vulnerable. It takes a lot to admit that. Okay, so we're gonna have one more storyteller, but we're gonna take a 3-minute break so you can rub books on yourselves and just like stare into space, you know. Or you can. Oh, I'm gonna pass this. I'm gonna show you this. You can send a Venmo to BGSQD at BGSQD. The money goes to us. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna take a 3-minute break, and we'll be back with our final storyteller, Sunny J. Woo! Yay!
All right, hold tight, online audience.
Welcome back. Hi, everybody. I heard there were 6 people watching, and that's actually kind of a big audience for us online. Oh boy. Are we ready for our final storyteller of the night? And there's about 6 people here too. Which is like, you know what? I'll take it. It's a queer stories, queer storytelling. Sometimes it's just a little circle of us sharing our humanity.
That's right.
Oh.
And it's on record. So
What?
And it's on record.
It's on record, honey. Just kidding. And once again, did I remind you about this? Okay, I'm going to read a little bit about our final storyteller. I'm very excited about. He's another person who's an old good friend of mine. You know, I feel like I've known all the storytellers for a long time, and it's very exciting. Okay. Sunny J, performer, cartoonist, and metaphysician, recently retired from expatriatism abroad in the EU and has returned to his home empire of the US. He currently resides in Philadelphia. That's right. And awaits the revolution. Popcorn. Everybody please give it up for Sunny J! Yay!
Set myself up right. No, I'll be all right. Thank you, Dre. Thank you. I'm fine there. Okay, fantastic. Yes, thank you, Dre, for having me. Thank you guys for having me. When Dre asked me to do this, she told me the theme, and I was like, great, I'll do it. And she's like, the theme is tested. What do you think? And I was like, oh, that's great. That's cool. I felt like I was being tested because I don't like that shit. I don't like testing. I never like tests. I don't like being tested. I always use a line I use in my relationship stuff. Don't test me, because you'll fail. That's what I tell them. I don't even like protests. Can we do like an amateur quiz? I don't know. So, but I'll stick to the theme. I wrote a whole lecture. But I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do away with it. The lecture, but I'll tell you the name of it. It's called Testing 1 2 Free, or Next a Sick. Okay, so if I'm talking up in the Bureau of General Studies Queer Division, in the shadow of the loom and doom of artificial intelligence, I'll be remiss not to begin with the Turing test by Alan Turing, godfather of computer science and queer martyr. The Turing test, if you're not familiar with, I first came in contact with the Turing test is with Blade Runner. Blade Runner, the 1982 film by Ridley Scott, adapted from Philip K. Dick's New Android's Dream of Electric Sheep from 1968. In the opening scene, we see an android, a replicant, Nexus 6, named Leon Kowalski, played by Brian Howard James, taking the Voight-Kampff test. It's the test to see to test whether the individual in front of you is an android or a human, used through empathy. And in the opening scene, the android's being tested. Most of the time they don't even know they're android, and he fails to his rage. I watched it. I probably empathized with the wrong thing. I empathized with the androids. They're constantly being tested, and now we are constantly being tested as well. So we have a reverse Turing test that infects all of our lives you've been in contact with. You probably didn't even realize it, called the Catch-Picture test? The Catch-Picture test, do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Do you know where the bike is? Can you read these letters? Yes, it's called it's acronym for Completely Automated Public Turing Test to Tell Computers and Humans Apart. That's sloppy.
Wow.
We need AI to come up with a better term for that. And my thing about those tests, like AI, I'm talking to you, AI, if you can't do something as simple as lie, what good are you? You gotta be able to lie. We all lie. That's the most human thing you can do. Like, you can't lie? I don't want no AI that can't lie. What the fuck are you gonna be doing? And so we are constantly bombarded by tests, and I'll just name some of our daily tests in the day-to-day, which is why I don't feel like being tested. Sniff test, acid test, stress test, personality test, driving test, brown bag test, IQ test, EQ test, blood test, pregnancy test, screen test, scholastic aptitude test, hearing test, flight test, crash test, dummies, and the beloved COVID test. So, I don't like any of those tests, but there's one test I will testify to relish. And it's the whole unholy trinity of three things I do not like: consumerism, the internet, and people's opinions, which are testimonials and reviews online. Woo! I love those. Anything I buy, I'm gonna go see. I don't want your opinion at all until I'm gonna go buy some shit. Or I'm gonna go to a new restaurant or a new bar, or I'm gonna stay in some hotel. I wanna read all your little stupid petty reviews. That's when you can be as petty as you want to be. Like on YouTube, I don't want to see your comments. But on when I'm going to a trip advisor, I want all your comments. I want to know about all the little things about that bitch who wouldn't let you sign in at time. I want all that shit. So the constant being tested, really, I mean, it's a day-to-day thing, but me in particular, growing up, looking as I do, there were things are always being tested. I'm the second man to stand up here to say, I too was on the wrestling team in high school. It's true. Growing up male, your manhood is constantly being tested and it never stops. You always have to prove your manhood constantly. You have to be vigilant about it. And it could be anything if you let it slip. And it matters what food you eat, what music you like, how you dress, how you walk, how you talk, how strong you are, how you pee, who you're attracted to, who you fuck, how well you fuck, and your dick size. Now, all those things matter in being a man. So I'm constantly negotiating those things and be a man enough, you know. So I made sure I was man enough. I was always strong, keep a beard, flamboyantly receding hairline. All man shit. Man shit. You can't question me. Man. Nothing about this says not man. But that wasn't enough. So if I get that covered, I keep that little plate spinning. The other thing is my blackness. Now, when you're black, you constantly have to keep your blackness in check. Because you do the wrong move, your black card will be renounced. You will no longer be invited to the cookout. If you do the wrong thing, you're like the wrong political party, can't do the right thing. And those things include what food you eat, what music you listen to, how you walk, how you talk, how strong you are, who you vote for, who you're attracted to, who you fuck, how well you fuck, how well you dance, and your dick size. So, that's a lot of stress. I don't want any more fucking tests. I have to prove it growing up with this. So, there's one moment that I did want to test. So, and the culmination of my hetero era, I used my genitals and I replicated, made a little replicant myself and made a person. You do that from time to time. In the hospital with this new person. There's nurses, there's doctors. I've been there for 5 days because I'm like, I don't want to go. I'm going to stay here. They're taking care of you. So I'm leaving. And they're like, okay, bye. And I was like, do I have to do anything? They're like, no. What would you want me to do? What would you want me to do? I was like, can I take a text? They were like, for what? And in that moment, all the rage of that replicant, the Nexus 6 in Blade Runner came out of me. I felt so fucking duped. I was like, y'all did all this shit with my manhood just to get me to make. Like they were like, it's the test. We're done. Our job is done. You win. It's like, no, I lose. Oh gosh. Oh, so that's the one moment I wanted to be tested. I also want to announce I'm working on my first book called Herman Homofrog. It's based on the life of sculptor William Edmondson and his limestone sculptures of graves. Thank you.
Oh, ooh, wow. Give it up for Sunny J! That really was a lecture. I'm going to be thinking about that for a long time. It started with Alan Turing. It ended with limestone sculptures. A lot happened in between. Thank you. Let's bring up all of our storytellers and take some photos. Will you take some pictures with? There, you know how to do it. There you go. Give it up for Sunny J, Chris Manley, Gabriella, and me, Dre Campbell.
I feel so tall.
Family photo.
Aw, this is cute.
Stay there. Give me some smile. There you go. Right, got it. Love it. All right.
Thank you out there. We love you. And the next show is November 15th. November 15th, and it will have a guest host because Chris and I will be in Japan. Yay, we love you. Thank you. And what else?
That will be the Bureau's 13th birthday.
And it will be the Bureau, the BGSQD's 13th anniversary / birthday. And we honor and love them. And buy books online from them. Please support your